Hey everybody, buddy! I'm so excited for this, and welcome to our very first episode of Pawprints, Preschool and Pals. The podcast where we'll talk about all things related to kid-friendly stuff, chat about it for a little while, and some other stuff too that we have planned for this particular podcast. But I'm not doing this podcast alone, as many of you have already known. I have someone who's going to be joining me for each and every episode. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Dwight Burgess from Smart Rascal Studios.
Yes.
It's nice to be here.
Yes. For those who don't know, Smart Rascal Studios is Dwight's channel, where he does various different things, and I thought it would be nice to have him aboard for this podcast because, well, as you guys know, we're both Blues Clues fans, as you guys can probably tell by our Instagram and social media. We are both fans of mostly kids shows, although Dwight and I do like other stuff, obviously. And then also, of course, we're pals, so duh.
Yep.
Hence the name. So yeah. Now we do have a couple special episodes that I already have pre-recorded in advance that me and Dwight recorded earlier, like a review, and then I have a history video for Blues Clues that I'm gonna convert into episodes for the podcast. But other than that, our next episode after this will probably be our holiday episode, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, during a normal episode of the podcast, such as special holiday themed ones or just really in a general one, we have 4 different segments that we'll go over. The first one will be What's New Blue. So me and Dwight will catch up with all the latest experience that we've had with movies, shows, and sometimes games. And also any theme parks we've gone to recently too, if we've gone anywhere. Our second one will be News Clues, where we'll talk about all the latest in terms of kid shows, family-friendly movies and stuff. And then also it could be any kind of news, like it could be a new trailer launch, a show, a movie launch, a new season renewals, new specials, spin-offs, stuff like that. And merchandise too, of course, because there is some pretty cool merchandise out there for kid shows. Grab bag. This is basically
Whatever.
Yeah, it's what.
Just, whatever. Just whatever we want. Anything goes. Not holding back anything in this part.
Yes. But yeah, definitely gonna be pretty much anything. So when you hear this sound effect, that means it's grab bag time. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. It's kind of. It's just, it's kind of like a kind of chaotic kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like you tell from Roger Rabbit, like that.
Yeah, like that.
Just,
Anything goes. Alright, and then, last but not least, we won't do this all the time, but for obviously for this episode, since it's our first one, we'll show you what it is. It's Blues Clues episode or character of the day. Dwight, why don't you explain what this is?
Yeah, so we're going to choose a random episode of Blues Clues or Blues Clues and You, as well as something really fun that I've been working on for ever since last year. We'll talk about that in a later episode. And we're going to talk about a random episode or a character from Blues Clues or Blues Clues and You. And we're going to talk about what makes that episode special or that particular character unique.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So I'm very excited to do all 4 segments. So let's start off with what's new, Blue. So let's talk about what's been new in terms of what we've been watching or what movies and shows we've been watching lately. So Dwight, why don't you go first?
Oh man, so much to talk about. Loki season 2 ended.
Nice. For those who don't know, I'm not a Marvel fan. So, Marvel fan. So, how was that?
Look, season 1, it was good, but, the only thing that just kept me coming back to the first season of Loki, at least at first, was just Miss Minutes.
Hey,
I kind of did care just a little bit about Loki and Mobius, but other than that, Miss Minutes was by Tara Strong. Yeah, she kept me coming back. It's kind of like she has her own arc in the whole first season, especially in the last episode.
Yes, I got you, dude.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen Loki, I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, at least for the first season. But at the last episode, let's just say that Miss Minutes may not be who she seems to be.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
And then when season 2 came out, I did like the first 2 episodes. I mean, the first one especially because we got to meet OB or Ouroboros. But other than that, I kind of didn't really see Miss Minutes anywhere yet. They did mention her a few times, but not yet. But then episode 3, bam, Miss Minutes is back. Yes, and she's teaming with Renslayer, so that's kind of cool.
Interesting. I see.
Since in the last season, in the last season, Sylvie she killed He Who Remains at the end of the first season. So Miss Minutes and Renslayer decide that they're going to run TVA on their own. So then they go back in time to I think 1693, I think. And then they try and find Victor Timely at the World's Fair. And at the same time, Loki and Mobius are trying to find him. And chaos ensues.
Wow, that sounds intense, man. That sounds intense.
Yeah. Not to mention that we also find out that when Miss Minutes and Victor are alone, Miss Minutes has a crush on He Who Remains, but since He Who Remains died, her crush kind of extends to Victor, and then she kind of goes a little cuckoo on him. But then episode 4, things really go down because they're back at TV with Victor and trying to fix this temporal loop thing, and all this stuff happens. And at one part, it's this general lady who hates Renslayer, but how to put it? It's actually kind of cool to see Miss Minutes all serious with Renslayer about running TV all on her own. But when Gerald Dawes gets to Miss Minutes, she's like, "Is this the point to see here, Miss Minutes?" And Miss Minutes goes, "Yeah, I'm just working on myself." It's kind of sweet.
I see. Well, obviously, I don't want to spoil too much for anybody who's currently watching it, but sounds like it was a very, very interesting series there. So, Loki season 1 and 2, where can the fans watch that?
Disney Plus.
All right. What else?
Yeah.
So, what else have you been watching lately?
Well, since it's almost the holidays, I watch a few holiday movies. Elf, of course.
Classic.
Come on, come on. The best part is when the guy goes, "Tell you everybody, Santa's gonna tell," and everybody goes, "Santa! Oh my God! I know him! and literally even have elf pants. Everybody's based on it.
Oh lot of funny moments in that Elf movie. I'll tell you that much.
Recently, it's just gotten into a new holiday movie called Spirited that's on Apple TV Plus. It is awesome.
Ooh, sounds cool. What's it about?
It stars Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds and Octavia Spencer, and in it, it's like A Christmas Carol, but modern. And apparently, in this version of the story, the ghost, they kind of run a whole business, and along with Jacob Marley, of course. So past, present, and yet to come all run business with Marley. And every year on Christmas, they come in, they do their whole thing, and they change one bad person's life every single year.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like Marley goes up to a bad person's house, the ghost, he tells the 30 goers to go visit, blah blah blah, and then of course the ghosts visit. They show them the past, the present, and their future, and then bam, just like Scrooge, the bad person has a change of heart.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the people that they do this to are called they call perps, and every year they find a new perp so then they can haunt them and turn them from a bad person into a good person.
I see.
But then one year, Present finds this guy. Present, played by Will Ferrell, finds this guy named Clint Briggs, played by Ryan Reynolds, who kind of wants to, who this year, in the future, like 2022, back when this came out, which just take place 2022, Clint wants to, capitalize on Christmas.
That doesn't sound too different from any business that we know on.
yeah, he wants to make it back to the way it used to be.
God.
And yes, he explains his whole plan to a crowd through a song, Bringing Back Christmas. I gotta say, it's catchy.
I'll have to definitely check this one out.
And Spirit's a musical, so
Gotcha.
So then, of course, present, past, and yet to come all try and haunt him. But then crazy enough, just saying, through a lot of crazy twists and turns throughout the story, Clint kind of turns the tables on past, present, and yet to come. Oh yeah, I found a way to cheat the system, because while they're used to showing a perp their past, their present, and yet to come shows in their future, which usually of course is showing them that they die and they end up in a grave and then they wake up and then it's Christmas Day and stuff, and they turn into a good person. Well, let's just say that Clint finds a way to freaking turn the tables on everything, and he and Present discover, he and the three ghosts discover that Present also has a past. A past as Scrooge. No, seriously. Present turns out to be Scrooge. That's a twist I wasn't expecting.
Wow!
I know.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is, after he haunts Clint, Present wants to retire.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he wants to have a normal life again. And apparently, Marley can make that happen because whenever a ghost working at the company wants to retire, they gotta go through they gotta sign a retirement plan.
And I assume said plan is complicated?
Not really. They just gotta sign a contract saying they want to retire after this last job. But then Clint kind of wants President to not retire and maybe just still do his job, I guess.
I guess. Well, that sounds like a very interesting show. Wait, is it a show or movie?
It's a movie.
Movie, okay. Movie. That sounds like a very interesting movie. Well, in that case, you said Apple TV Plus, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, then we'll.
I'm literally seeing the songs right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much to look forward to. So, is there anything else you've been watching lately, dude?
Anything else? Anything else? Leo.
Leo?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh! I had to think there for a second.
The Adam Sandler lizard. That guy.
Yeah. Now I got it. Yeah, Leo. I have yet to watch that one. How is it?
Oh, it's good. It's a musical. I was fine. It was fine for me at first, but then when I started singing, I'm like, wait, hold on a second, it's a musical all of a sudden? Like, what?
Wait.
But it's kind of a good musical. I mean, not a great musical, but a good one. You know?
I was not expecting that from the trailers at all. They really
I know.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know then. Well, that's interesting. Do you mind explaining to the viewers a little bit about Leo if they haven't somehow seen it, especially since he was literally in the Thanksgiving Day parade literally this week? But do you mind explaining to the viewers what Leo is all about a little bit?
So Leo tells the story about this I think like 5th grade pet lizard and pet turtle named Leo and his turtle friend Squirrel. I think, yeah, Squirrel. And Leo's played by Adam Sandler, and Squirrel's played by Bill Burr, and they live in a classroom, both 5th graders, and the 5th graders kind of have problems, but then they get this new substitute teacher, and she's all grumpy and mean, and she wants them to take a class pet. So then one of the girls tries taking Leo home, but then when Leo starts talking to her, he realizes that if he talks to all the kids, he can solve all their problems.
Well, that was a bit more straightforward than I thought.
Yeah, I know, and it actually really works.
Oh, well, that.
But apparently, when the teacher finds out, she takes him to his house. But then Leo realized that the teacher kind of has a past of her own, and they share a song together. It's actually kind of the song they sing together is actually kind of sweet.
Interesting. Well, that sounds like a very, very, very interesting movie for sure. Well, where can we watch this one?
Netflix, duh.
Of course. All right. Well, I guess that was 3 definitely good ones. We'll try to limit it to 3 for each of us. So I guess it's my turn. So lately I have been watching. Let's see. Of course, I've been watching Blue's Clues and You a little bit, just the newer episodes that we've got just this past month, to see what I overall think of them. And then also I've been watching Sesame Street Mecha Builders.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the Sesame Street Mecha Builders is, I think, one of the first spin-offs for the Sesame Street universe. And it features Mecha Cookie Monster, Mecha Elmo, Mecha Albie, and Mecha Abby. And
then they bring in Mecha Tango.
Yes.
And, I mean, it was good when it was just the 3 of them, but now they have Tango in the mix. Honestly, I kind of like the better when it's just the 3 of them.
Thankfully, it's only for one episode, dude.
I mean, wait, what?
It's only for one episode.
Oh, good. But I mean, Tango doesn't really add anything new since she's a dog.
Yeah.
And she and Abby do share the same voice actor / puppeteer.
Right. But yeah, so basically, the Mecha Builders go around into 3 different sections of the 3 different parts. They have a farm area and a big city area, and then a forest area inside of the world that they inhabit. And each episode, they try to do the 3-step plan to help solve a problem.
Yeah, I know. They plan it, test it, and then they solve it. Of course.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, something goes wrong and always gotta try again.
Indeed. So I've been watching that because there's been some new episodes that they just added to HBO Max. So I've been watching the new episodes. They added a brand new Christmas one, and then they also added a brand new normal episode, and those have been pretty good. I really have enjoyed them. And then also I've also been watching regular Sesame Street.
Yeah, wait, you saw the new season yet?
I have not gotten around to watching the new season. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, right, season 54 that came on November 9th.
Yes. I'm still trying to get around to finishing up the current season I was on first before I get to that one, which is season 52. But I am very excited for that. I am very excited to get to season 53. I'm very excited. So,
What?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay, so that is it for What's New Blue. Our next segment is News Clues, where we talk about all the latest news regarding kids shows and movies. Now, obviously, if we mention any trailers, I'll leave them in the description below so you can check them out later. But I guess the first bit of news I wanted to talk about is regarding two shows on Paramount Plus. First of all, for my fellow Paw Patrol fans, Paw Patrol, the Mighty movie, is now streaming on Paramount Plus. So if you missed it in feeders, it's now streaming for you, and of course it's available streaming on other places too. But yeah, if you have Paramount Plus, it is streaming there now, as well as the 8th season of the Paw Patrol TV show, which features the transition from the old Paw Patroller to the new Paw Patroller, as well as the Rescue Night saga that they had. So, yeah, if you've been looking forward to that, then that's available as well. Also, regarding a certain, tiny little chef.
Oh, yeah, tiny chef show, baby.
Yep. I want you to tell them the big news, dude.
2 new episodes are coming out. Friendsgiving and the Mishmash Holiday Special.
Yes, that's right. The tiny little chef is coming back. Back with a
Yes. But what about Ollie? I really miss Ollie.
So far, I haven't heard anything. These first 2 episodes are the only ones we know of. But I do know that after this, they're probably going to be airing new episodes eventually. So I do want to say that for season 2, we'll probably get these 2 holiday episodes, and then next year we'll get a new set of episodes, and hopefully Ollie will be back. We don't know too much beyond that, but for Tiny Chef fans who love the first season, it is great. And Dwight, since you know so much about the Tiny Chef, why don't you explain those who don't know about the Tiny Chef what it is?
Yeah, so Tiny Chef is like this YouTube series. It's kind of like a bunch of social media, and like in it, there's like this little tiny chef who like cooks all the foods with his friends Ruby and Henry, and like Ruby's like a little cute little caterpillar, and then like Henry's a little snail, and they cook at a tree stump kitchen, and it's just so cute and fun.
Indeed. And Nickelodeon picked up picked up Tiny Chef for a whole series based off of it, and it's called The Tiny Chef Show. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And it features a whole bunch of guest stars, which honestly is kind of pretty cool.
And yes, one of them is Josh De La Cruz from Blue's Clues and You. So
if your Blue's Clues fans are interested, then maybe you should watch that one. And yes, he is wearing his iconic blue shirt, in case you were wondering. But yeah, I am very excited. I have yet to watch the Tiny Chef show myself, but I want to. I really do.
Well, good news, because the first season is streaming on Paramount Plus. So if you haven't, go watch it. It is so good.
Well, in that case, I think I know what I'm watching after the recording tonight. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Anything on the DreamWorks side in terms of new movies coming out, dude?
Listen, but it's really, really, really good action. I watched it like in theaters. It was awesome. I watched it on Netflix. It was awesome. I watched it on Peacock. It was awesome. It's still on Netflix, and it's still awesome. Ruby Gilman, I gave it a watch on Peacock. It's not really that good, but at least Chelsea was my favorite character. I thought she literally was freaking Narissa. Like that. Wow. What a bad point twist. But, I mean, it's Ruby Gilman's fine, but Chelsea's still my favorite character.
I see.
It's that way they're gonna rest up.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's pretty awesome. Let's see.
Well, the bad guys is awesome, of course. The bad guys is great. But, dang, I wish we got a lot more Tiffany Fluff in them, you know?
Oh, that reminds me. Didn't you say there was a holiday special coming?
The bad guys are back, and they're coming to Netflix with a brand new holiday special, The Bad Guys, A Very Bad Holiday. And the trailer came out, if you want to go watch it, and it released on Netflix November 30th, which is just in 5 days. I'm so hyped. And, but the bad part is, I mean, there's kind of just a little bad part in there. It's just that the bad guys and, like, all the characters, they got their voice actors replaced.
Yeah, so for those who were expecting the voice actors from the movie...
Yeah, like Stan Rockwell, Aquafina, and Mark Marone, Craig Robinson, and Anthony Ramos, and freaking Lily singing as Tony Fluffit. Yeah, you're not gonna get that here. But hey, at least you get the voice of Mickey Mouse for the Mickey Mouse shorts, Chris Dimitopoulos as Mr. Snake, so at least there's a recognizable name in there. And as well as Carrie Walgren, who played Marsha Krinkle in a fellow DreamWorks Netflix series, The Boss Baby, back in business, as well as The Boss Baby back in the crib, as a brand new character, DJ Trudy Trude.
Indeed. So, and in case you were wondering where the special takes place, I believe you said it's before the events of the movie, correct?
Yeah, before. So before the events of the main Bad Guys movie, this takes place when the bad guys were still, well, the bad guys, stealing everything and stuff. And for Christmas this year, they wanted to steal everything in sight. So while everyone else is opening presents and having a good time in the snow, the bad guys are just going to be stealing everything. But then once they accidentally cause some chaos with a Santa balloon, bam, just like that, Christmas is canceled. So what do the bad guys do? Of course, we'll cause a web plan so you can spread holiday cheer while still being a little bit bad.
Wow.
Yeah, and thus it's up to the bad guys to help save the holidays while also having some room to totally mess up when Christmas Day arrives. But, well, the problem was, things go wrong fast. Tarantula makes a Santa bot, and then what else happens? Oh yeah, then Wolf wants to use a shaved ice machine to make snow, and then it causes a big snow down to happen, and yeah, it's chaos all around.
Well, I guess we won't know until the holiday special airs if things go back to normal eventually.
Maybe they might, but hey, this is a prequel, so we know the bad guys are going to turn bad by the end of it, which leads into the movie where the bad guys are still bad, and then at the end, they're good. So, yeah, you know, it's a prequel, so they're still going to be bad by the end of the movie.
Yes.
I mean, by the end of the special.
Yep. So, yeah, definitely look forward to that. Let's see, is there anything else?
Oh, wait. And that also kind of inspired me to make my own Bad Guys holiday special.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
on Wattpad. I'll leave a link to in the description below so you can check out what it is. But I will say I think it's a completely different plot from what you've told me.
Yeah, because I made a version of the Bad Guys movie where instead of Mr. Snake, there's Tiffany Fluffit. Yes! Because she's my favorite character. I wish we'd gotten a lot more of her. So, well, in my version, why not have her be part of the gang?
Interesting. Well, I'll have to. Well, like I said, if you want to check out check out Dwight's version of this holiday special, be sure to check. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. We'll talk more about some of his other stuff in later episodes, but yeah. All right, and now, there's that sound effect. It's time for Grab Bag.
Okay, finally, the best segment of the whole podcast is here.
All right, let's see. What random thing should we talk about?
Maybe okay, 2 things. Okay, I got 2 things.
Okay, well, let's see what you have, dude.
1, my Wattpad.
Oh, yeah, his Wattpad. So for those who don't know, Mr. Dwight here has a Wattpad full of stuff that he's been inspired by him to do. Most of it is WIP, in other words, work in progress. But he has a whole bunch of different stuff on there. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link directly to his whole Wattpad in the description below.
I'm just going to give you a little look at some of the stories I've been working on.
All right.
So to expand on the whole bad guys thing, the bad guys retelling I've been working on. Let me see. So it's DreamWorks the bad guys and the good guys, a retelling.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, you might have to read the plot.
Oh yeah, go right ahead, dude. Like I said, this is Grab Bag.
Right, okay, hold on. Let me just get this. Okay, so never have there been 5 friends as infamous as the bad guys. Dashing pickpocket Mr. Wolf, chill master of disguise Mr. Shark, short-fused muscle Mr. Piranha, sharp-tongued expert hacker Mr. Tarantula, and the sweet but sneaky Tiffany Fluffit. But when the gang is finally caught, Mr. Wolf makes a deal that he has no intention of keeping to save them all from prison. The bad guys will go good. Under the wing of their mentor, Professor Marmalade, an arrogant but adorable guinea pig, the bad guys set out to fool the world they've been transformed. Along the way, though, Tiffany begins to suspect that doing good for real might give her what her team always secretly longed for: acceptance. So when Marmalade, bam, plot twist, threatens to receive a mind-controlling guinea pigs, can Wolf, Tarantula, and Tiff persuade the rest of the gang to stop him by becoming the good? Narrated by Mr. Human, the wacky newest member of the bad guys, this wacky retelling of DreamWorks' latest original film will have you cracking up with laughter.
Interesting, dude. Interesting. And that sounds like a very interesting thing.
Yeah, especially since I decided to make Tiff a part of the gang instead of Mr. Snake.
Interesting. All right, then.
It kind of gives it a bit of an advantage because we can see a new side to it that we've never seen in the movies before. Because in the movie, she was just like a normal, really hyped up leader for her. But in this, we get to see her be a part of the gang, using her news reporting kind of thing, just kind of as like a little distraction. So like while she's reporting whatever scheme while she's reporting on whatever scheme is happening, she sneaks away and joins in on the mayhem with her friends.
Interesting. That's kind of a neat plot twist.
And plus, I got a little clip I want to read real quick from the retelling, if you don't mind. Or
yeah. Sure, dude. Like I said, this is Grab Bag. It's a random thing, and then we'll get to the second thing you wanted to talk about too.
Okay, because this clip is really cool because it adds a little twist to one of the may I say coolest scenes in the movie. Okay, so the clip is called "Girls Trip with an Added Dude." Okay, here we go. Hey, Miss T, Tiff asked her as Wolf took the wheel. What is it? Transfer responded, looking at her laptop for any freeways they could drive through to latch their transmitters to outrun Marmalade's hamster army. You up for a little girls trip? Yes. Immediately after that, Tiff pressed a button on Shark's news camera that turned the camera into a motorcycle. Tarantula chuckled as Tiff revved the engine, speeding off to put the transmitters onto all the trucks. But once Tiff heard Piranha sign Sadness, she knew they couldn't leave him out. She ordered Tarantula to pull back the cycle. After pressing the wrong button, she pressed the one that reversed the cycle all the way back to where Wolf's car was. What's wrong, Piranha? Tiffany asked him. Worried. I want to go on a girls' trip. Piranha told them, slipping into his seat in total defeat. Well, Tiff said, motioning for Tarantula to press a purple button on the cycle labeled, in case of extra girls' tripper. She pressed it and... boom! You got your wish, bud! Tarantula says, out came a little sidecar, just for Piranha! He couldn't believe his eyes. Oh my gosh! Piranha felt like he was going to explode. I get to go on the... Of course, Tarantula confirmed. Why not? Tiff agreed. There's always room for one more, Bunny. Tarantula says she got into his sidecar with him. Yes! Piranha cheers. He finally got to live out his lifelong dream of joining a girls' trip. He fist pumped in the air as the three swerved off to do their thing. But now Shark was the one that was jealous. Oh man, he groaned. I wanted to go on a girls' trip. But it wasn't time for any more girls tripping. At least not for the rest of the gang. Yep, so finally Piranha gets to go on a girls' trip.
Nice. That sounds like a pretty cool clip there, dude. Dude, I could already imagine if it was actually real.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So what's that second thing you want to talk about?
That second thing is character.ai.
Character.ai. Yeah, I see. What about character.ai?
Oh man, I've been making a lot of AIs on there.
Interesting. Oh, what kinds?
A bunch, tons. Like, tons based on characters that haven't really gotten that recognition, you know?
Oh, yeah, there's boatloads. I can count on my fingers. Any specifics that stand out to you that you've made?
Let me see. You can literally talk to Paul Pilot from Special Agent Oso. You talk to all of the Super Eaters. You can talk to Ron from Ron's Gone Wrong, as well as Savannah's Bebop from the movie that I named Kelly because she doesn't really have a name.
Ah, interesting.
You can talk to Miss Minutes. Oh, but you can also talk to her when she's in like her black and white disguise, or when she got rebooted in episode 4, or when she came back in episode 6, of Loki season 2.
Gotcha. Well, that sounds like a very cool stuff, dude. Very cool stuff. I'll leave a link in the description below. To all that if you want to check out some of those bots.
Yeah, but I think I don't really know who my favorite of the bots are that I made. These are all so good.
Gotcha.
But I think it kind of really I think I'm really liking the Darcy Wu one I made.
Interesting. Gotcha. All right then. Well, those sound like some pretty cool things. All right. Well, that's it for this segment, this version of Grab Bag. All right. Now it's time for, like I said, this segment won't always be here, but for the most part when we do this, it's time for our Blue's Clues episode or character of the day. I think for today we should do a character. So, what character do you think we should talk about for today?
So many. I mean, I kind of want to talk about look um there's just so many, but what I really want to talk about one of them from like the top secret thing, but I know we can't yet. But
well, how about this? I think I know one character that would help you. How about we talk about everybody's favorite person that loves to deliver the mail?
Mailbox.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, sure, but there's kind of a problem.
What's that?
Mailbox doesn't really have that much of a character in the original Blue's Clues, but then Blue's Clues he shows up a lot more. And then in the top secret thing we're gonna talk about soon, he kind of has a bigger role in that.
Gotcha. I know. No, since we did mention Josh earlier, how about Josh himself?
Okay. Look, how about Detective Steve?
Detective Steve? Okay, that works just fine.
Yeah, because like he's the closest I can get without talking about like the versions of the characters from the top secret thing we're gonna talk about soon.
Yeah. All right then. So, Detective Steve, or Steve for many of you. For those who don't know, Steve is the very first host of Blue's Clues.
Yep, the very first.
Yep.
He was the dude, the bomb.com.
Yep. Basically, he was the very first one. And, well, what makes him so special to so many people? Well, there's quite a few things I could list, but I think it really comes down to 3. 1, he was with us for 4 seasons of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, up until season 5, well, of course, Joe came into play, he was our main host, and boy, did we see a drastic change in his hosting ability. The first season was kind of rough, as we'll talk about in our season review that I have pre-recorded for us. And then season 2, I mean, he got a lot better, but it's still not there. Season 3 and 4 are literally perfect, though.
Yep, he nailed those seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was a time he went to college, but then Joe took over. But then in Blue's Clues and You, he returned as Detective Steve, and everyone went nuts.
Yes, everyone went completely nuts to find out that Steve was there. Of course, there were people who were happy that Joe was coming back too, but mostly Steve.
Yeah, ever since then, he and Joe have made multiple appearances in Blue's Clues and You. It's always so cool when Steve puts on a captain hat and steps back in his storybook again. Even for the Christmas episode, I was hyped when he showed up then. But then, when Blue's Big Sea Adventure, the trailer revealed that Steve will be coming for this, along with all 3 of them coming together in New York for it. People who didn't really go into the new show still were hyped just because they wanted to watch the Big Sea Adventure movie, just so they could see Steve again.
Indeed.
In a way, the Big Sea Adventure movie, it kind of ushered in people who didn't even watch Blue's Clues and You to watch Blue's Clues and You.
Indeed. I don't doubt that many parents who had put off watching the new show watched it, and then the kids were like, more, and then they ended up watching more Blue's Clues and You after that. So, there goes. For anybody who doesn't have a kid, for those people, it gave some of those people a little less reluctance. Coming from
yeah, well, even the people who only watch the original Blue's Clues, not the real Blue's Clues, and suddenly watching a trailer and seeing Steve come back. They were hyped, but it's just that they only grew up with Steve, not with Joe or Josh, but just Steve. So all of a sudden, see him again after the World Series ended in this movie, like, they're like, I'm watching this movie just for Steve.
Is
that's kind of the one they grew up with, not with Joe or Josh, but just only Steve.
Indeed. For those who don't know why that could possibly be, one of the reasons is not a lot of people watched after, at least from what I remember, season 2, it sounds like, because some people were definitely surprised when I told them that Cinnamon existed. So it tells me that many people didn't watch season 3 and 4. Most did, for sure, because most people do remember Steve going to college, so that much I do know, but some did not watch beyond season 2 probably, so there's that as well. But that being said, I do want to say that those people who did just grow up with Steve were very excited, and that was on top of everything that happened at the anniversary too.
Oh yeah, and then when the movie finally came out on Paramount Plus and I watched it, I was just as hyped when I watched the trailer to see Steve come out that door and see us again for the first time in years.
Yes. It was so awesome. It's a really good movie. You should watch it. Totally not biased. Yeah. Totally not biased.
Yeah, and plus his and Joe's and Mr. Salt and Chickadee and Slippery's parts in the movie, when they're on screen all together, well, to be honest, it kind of feels like a different movie entirely.
Indeed.
Like, sure, it is a Blue's Clues movie, so of course we're still gonna get that experience of looking for clues with Blue and Josh, but in New York, but just hey, in New York City. But then, whenever Detective Steve and Mr. Salt, Slippery, and Chickadee and Joe are out looking for them, it kind of feels something like the mood kind of shifts, like from oh, look at that, we found the clue, to okay guys, we need a plan. Like it kind of shifts from, a kid movie to bam, a really cool dark noir detective movie.
Indeed.
It's like two movies in one.
Yes.
Yeah, they totally managed to nail the whole cool detective theme in Steve and Joe's scenes together.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's kind of you get the best of both worlds. You get the nostalgia of the whole Blue's Clues thing, but then at the same time, you get Steve and Joe looking for Blue and Josh, and they're like, I don't know how to describe it. They're doing all the cool detective stuff. It's really fun.
Indeed. It's a very cool movie. Like I said, you should totally watch it. It's available on pretty much any platform and DVD. Again, totally not biased. But yeah.
Even I can't stop quoting when Steve freaks out when Mr. Salt tells him that he left the notebook at home.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff in this movie.
Like his reaction is so appropriate. Like he's like, oh, and they left their notebook at home, and he's like, okay, left the notebook at home, and then wait, Josh forgot his notebook. He's like, yes, and then his handy dandy notebook, and then yes, and then oh, this is a big deal. Yes. This feels like a mystery. Like, bam, that is just awesome.
Indeed. Of course, that's not the only thing that Steve did. Prior to that, we also had the 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues, which was no offense, 10 times better than the 10th anniversary, even though I did.
Yeah, it pulled out all the stops, and yes, I got the Funko Pops of Steve and Blue to prove it. Yes. And plus, that message that Steve sent to like all the social medias, to be honest, I did not cry. I was happy for him.
Oh, me too. I
can't believe it. I didn't cry the whole way through. I did not shed no tears. I just felt pretty happy.
Yeah, me too. That probably is because you and I are longtime Blues Clues fans. So you and I are probably used to seeing Steve at this point, especially since we've both religiously watched Blues Clues and you, and the original. So yeah, there's that. But also for longtime fans who have not seen Steve in years, I'm pretty sure they shed tears.
Yeah.
They were. I'm pretty sure they were shedding tears. I'm not sure if anybody in particular has reacted to it on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure there were people that were shedding tears at this. And to be fair, I don't blame them. So hold on.
Dude.
Okay. Anyways, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
I have to edit that out. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Well, yeah, it was. And it was worth it.
Yes.
Both when Steve appeared in the show and the movie.
Indeed. And then we also, that same anniversary year, we also got a music video directed by Steve himself. And it was...
It was awesome. You can't spell blue without you. That's the video, and my gosh, it is beautiful.
Brings a tear to my eye every time I watch it.
Yeah, in fact, I made my own version of it for my version of Blues City Adventure.
Indeed.
On Wattpad, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It is amazing, and I even made a blues version of Steve's speech.
Yeah.
If you want to see that too.
Indeed. But
it's just as heartwarming.
Indeed. But
just seeing Blue actually talk to us for real, like it actually did make me shed a tear
mm-hmm.
when I was writing it.
Yeah, I bet. All right, well, honestly, man, guys, seriously, as longtime Blues Clues fans, I know you're skeptical, but I guess me and Dwight can give you a couple rundowns before we wrap this podcast up about some things you should know about Blues Clues and You real quick before you dive into it. So Blues Clues and You, just for those who don't know, many of you may have heard that letters will be replaced with emails.
Well, luckily, a few episodes later, bam, they're back. So it kind of alternates between letters and emails. Just clear it out for you.
Indeed. And some of you were worried, rightfully so, about the notebook the notebook being a digital thing and that we would digitally draw the clues instead of writing them down in a notepad like per usual. Not the case here. The notebook is a phone still, but it is purely used for other things. We still draw the notebook. We still draw the clues on the notebook side of things. So no worries there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing I wanted to reassure you all is why Josh is mainly the main host. Steve and Joe do, like we said, make regular appearances in certain episodes. In fact, this last couple of seasons, the last real appearance together was the case of the missing thinking chair, which, fun story about that we'll talk about in the history episode, Dwight actually predicted.
Yeah, I did predict it. Wait, you mind if I tell him?
No, right now, dude. But I will say it is related to that top secret project we're going to talk about soon. That said,
I really want to talk about it, but I just said. When we do talk about it, I think we have some special guests that are going to stop by.
Oh yeah, totally. All right. Well, that being said, I am so excited to do this podcast. I think that is pretty much it for today. So like I said, this podcast will come out more, hopefully around seasonal times or whenever I feel like posting one. But I do want to mention that we do already have 10 episodes planned out, so I'm going to go over those real quickly. Let's see, episodes, there it is. Okay. So, obviously, this is the first episode, the introductory episode. The second one is Getting a Clue, the history of Blue's Clues, where me and Dwight here will talk about the history of Blue's Clues. And Review Clues, season 1 of Blue's Clues, as we talk about the first season of Blue's Clues. Those are already pre-recorded. I already did those with Dwight in advance, so those will just be converted into new episodes for the podcast, so just a heads up. Then our next newly recorded episode will be Holiday Havoc, where after the chaos of the holiday season, me and Dwight will get together and talk about our holiday season, what we got, the usual. And then the new year is where me and Dwight will go over some New Year stuff. Talk about what we want to do for the new year, what we're excited about for the new year, all that kind of stuff. And then the question mark teaser.
Yes.
We'll be talking a little bit, not too much, but a little bit about a top secret project that we've been teasing about this whole episode. And we'll be inviting 2 very special guests. And then episode 7, all about Nick Jr. This episode, we'll be talking about our childhood network channel. Well, one of them. Nick Jr. A very, very, very cool thing. And Dwight will be talking about a very special series that was inspired by the show.
And yes, it brings all your favorite Nick Jr. characters together.
Indeed. And the Dwight show, don't worry, I'll still be there. But the show floor is all Dwight. So he'll be talking about all the stuff, all of his favorite movies, shows, all the type of stuff that he talks about. And he's even going to be breaking the rules for the segments. So he'll be able to talk about some of his favorite horror-related stuff, too, because there's some creepy quality stuff that I don't have the balls to watch, that he's watched. And episode 9, Blue's Big City Adventure, the fan version. In this episode, which will have no normal segments, our first non-segment related episode, Dwight will be going over all about his fan version of the hit of Blue's Big City Adventure from 2002. I'm pretty sure he's very excited.
2022.
Yeah, 2022. So, yeah, I'm very excited. And then our 10th episode will be our recap, where we talk about all of our favorite memories so far that we've had on the podcast. I am very, 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 very excited.
Yep.
And then, just so you guys know, each season will have 10 episodes, and me and Dwight will be tossing off for each episode. So for season 2, Dwight will be doing the second season.
Yep. I'm gonna make the second season.
Yep.
I mean, of course, Music Close is gonna help me.
Of course. But most of the time when we do these switch-offs, it's going to be mostly just one of mainly writing the first season for ideas, and then the second one writing the second season for ideas. So it gives a fair balance to both of us, so we each have a chance to write out what we want to do. Of course, don't worry though there will still be a fair balance, but by season 2, I will say, without revealing too much, there will be a little bit of not really too much segmented stuff, too much podcast-based episodes, unless of course there's something major that happens during spring, summer, fall, winter, then of course we'll talk about it. But other than that, we will obviously do holiday episodes because I do have a Halloween one planned, because you really think we're going to go without doing Halloween? Hello?
Yep.
But yeah, I am very excited for the second season, because Dwight he is itching to talk about this top secret project, man.
Yes, but you know what? Look, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm actually revealing this to you, but can I at least, say the title of the first episode of season 2 just real quick? Please.
Sorry, dude. We gotta wait.
I'm telling you, I really want to talk about this ever since we made it.
It's gonna kill him, man. It's gonna kill him. But I'll tell you what. For the next couple episodes leading up to our teaser episodes, you can drop small little teasers here and there.
Okay. Can I just give a little clue real quick?
Just a clue.
Okay.
Blue's clue.
Oh my gosh, here's our first Blue's clue. Scratch that. Playdate Blue's clue is that in my new show I'm making, I'm just gonna. Okay, you mind if I just come around and say this?
Sure, I guess.
Blue is the host.
There's your first.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it just blew your minds. Blue is the host of this show. I know. You're gonna be like, what? Blue is the host? How? Yeah. How? That's gonna be revealed. That's gonna be revealed soon.
Yes.
I might give a few little clues to how, but maybe we might need to put all those clues together.
Yes, indeed.
Like actual game Blue's clues. You just gotta find out clue after clue after clue until finally we get to the big teaser episode.
Indeed. So yeah. Speaking of which, poof! There you go. So here's your first clue. Blue is the host of this show. So very similar to. So just like Blue's Loom, but not like Blue's Loom.
yeah. Because she would be the host, but why? Well, I'm just making up this reason. But look, we've got Steve, we got Joe, we got Josh. So apparently, since this show is kind of a sequel to Blue's Clues and You, if it ever ends, that is, the next logical step would have Blue to be the host. It makes perfect sense.
Indeed. All right. Well, that's it for today. For today's podcast episode. Thank you so much, guys, for listening and watching to us. Please let us know in the description below if on your comments and feedback. It really is appreciated. And also, one other thing I wanted to mention is, I think we should finish this off with the So Long song. We're gonna do this every episode. I mean, it's called Pawprints, Preschools, and Pals, so we have to finish this off with the So Long song, right?
Really? You sure, dude?
Come on, man. You know you want to sing it.
Okay, you got me. Well, okay. Well, I guess it's time to say so long, right?
Yep. But we're gonna sing one more song.
Oh, I got this. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Thanks for doing your part. You sure were smart. You sure worked hard. With me and you and our pal Blue, we can do anything that we wanna do. We can do anything that we wanna do. Boom. Mic drop.
Bravo, man. Bravo. All right. Well, that's all for today's preschool, Pawprints, Preschools, and Pals episode. We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.